everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Today is going to be an interesting episode. We are going to do a little tuning, but before we do that, we're going to change the oil, and we're going to do a little bit of driving, and also we're going to properly take apart the tail lights. Jack it up, get things tilted the right direction. Okay, got that 18mm bolt loose. So it is draining. Next, we're going to pop off this filter and change that. It shouldn't drip, but of course it is. Alright, tighten on the filter. Put this in its hiding spot, which should keep it cool. And let's pop that drain plug back in and continue on. Alright, drain plug is in and tight. And today we're going to be using some Pennzoil 1030. And the reason I'm using 1030 is because this engine only has about 20,000 miles on it, so bearing clearances aren't tight, but they're not super loose either. So I'm running a 1030 conventional, and this is what I've been using since I've gotten the car started. So yeah, let's put it in. Alright, oil's in, and let's put our intake filter back in. There we go. And we'll give this a quick tighten and we'll be good to go. We'll check for leaks and we'll begin the fun stuff. Alright, so we're not going to do any pulls or anything like that, but I just want to show you guys a little bit of the tuning. So the air fuel ratio on here versus here is a little different. I gotta figure out if there's a chart to adjust that, but anyway, moving on. So this is Microtech LT9C, and you can see this is the load map, wide open throttle. You got your percentages there. Water temperature, so when it warms up, you can set, what fuel is thrown when it's warming up. Air temperature, which I do not have connected. I'm going to purchase that sensor and get that linked into the system, because with the air temperature sensor, when the weather changes, your tune changes. So you need your air temperature sensor to give you that option to adjust for the temperature change. So I definitely need that, so I don't have to keep adjusting every time the weather outside changes. But this is the idle map, and this here looks like that's at full throttle. But if we jump into programming, drop the fuel out of it, you see now the car's acting a little funny. It's shaking more. Drop it down. Oh. That's pretty much where you want it to be factory, but for some weird reason it's acting funny and it's shaking a lot. So I just give the motor what it wants, and basically it likes it right here. And see, it smooths out, shifts not shaking. So but basically we're gonna take it for a drive and you're gonna see, get out of programming, and you're gonna see how she acts depending on boost. Alrighty, so let's go for a spin. Actually, let's do the data gauges. There we go, so we can just watch live feed of what it's doing. It gives you a chart. Let me make that bigger. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna go for a drive, and excuse my shaky hand. I'm the only one doing the camera work today, so bear with me. All right. Not bad. Temperature's fairly decent. Alright, light's green. And we'll walk into some boost, third gear, just so you can see what it shows. That was the third gear. Not bad. Sorry about the glare. You know, I was trying to figure out how to get rid of that glare, and haven't come up with anything yet. But regardless to what, I hope you guys can see a little something of what's going on here. So, since it started raining outside, I'm going to show you guys how to pull apart the tail lights. Now, this one I've already pulled apart and did some work into it, which we'll get to that in a minute. But I'm going to show you guys how to pull apart the tail lights, and all you need is a heat gun and a pretty small screwdriver. The reason you need this screwdriver is because this is what is going to pull the clear lens apart, and it's not going to destroy anything. All right. So first, let me show you what you're going to be heating up. All right. So you're going to be heating up all of this all the way around, and you'll see it's just a bar that goes all the way around. You see, and it continues on all the way around up to here. Here's the bar here. You get the point. So now, I don't have my heat gun with me, but I'm going to show you guys the best way I can without the heat gun. So, let's say we're heating up this section here, right? What you're going to do is you're going to see these tabs here, right? This tab has glue on it. Let me see. And part of the, let me see if I can, oh, okay, yeah, here's some right here. There we go. All right, and it has part of the actual lens assembly right here. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to heat, you know, the item up, and you're going to do it by sections. Best section to start on is the top and the bottom, these two. And what you're going to do is you're going to heat this section all the way around, and you're going to save this part for last. Okay, because when you pull a lens apart, you're going to be opening it towards this way. So, let's say this is heated up, right? And you're going to stand it up just like that. And you're going to hold on to the actual light. And as you're heating this up, you're going to push this clear tab forward. And it has 3 of them on each side. And basically what you're heating up is the glue. The glue is right here. So as you push this forward, you'll feel it start to get pretty much sticky. And when you push it forward, it's just gonna kind of like unhinge and you'll see the thick glue. Now I'm gonna show you on, excuse the lighting. I'm gonna show you on this light, which has already been pulled apart. But, so we're gonna flip this around and you're gonna see my tabs have all been pushed out. You're gonna go straight with this. You're not gonna push down, you're not gonna do anything like that. You're just gonna push it straight out. So, it's gonna look like this. So it's gonna look like this pretty much, right? And what you're gonna do is turn this bad boy around and you see this tab, you're just gonna push it. And you're gonna take this one here and you're gonna push it. Like straight out. And what's gonna happen is, see if I could show you from this angle, because you could see it's completely pushed on. Now, of course, you're gonna imagine this whole thing is heated and everything. And you see how it's starting to pull apart? You're gonna go to each 3 tabs and push it until it comes completely apart like that. And then you see the glue. Now this glue I actually removed, but it's gonna be a thick white glue. And basically, once you pull the light off, you're going to, so once you pull the light apart, you're gonna go towards, seeing it's stuck on the bottom, so there's a tab down here, and you push it straight out, see? Just like that, see? And you're gonna open it towards this way. See the corner? And this is pretty much the glue. And it's gonna be pretty thick. It's gonna be a nice lump of glue. And you're gonna take a flathead and you're gonna clean all of the glue off. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be super clean. But what you wanna do is you wanna make it to where when you are assembling the light, which we're gonna get to in a minute, in this ridge, hold on, let me make sure I focus. In this ridge lives the glue. So, and then you can see where we were pushing the tab here forward and out. Now the tabs aren't going to matter because once you reassemble this light, it should not ever leak. And I'm going to show you how to install that properly. But let me show you the corners here. See, and here lives all of the glue. So this is where you're going to get the black silicone, black, red, whatever your flavor is fine. And you're going to fill it up. And when I mean fill it up, you're going to like fill it to where it's equal to that lip. Okay. It's going to be a little messy, but it's going to be worth it because it's not going to leak. So anyway, so let's say you pull out your light. Now this one, I've already done some work to it. What I've done is these tabs here, there, and there holds a mirror or chrome reflector, pretty much. And I pulled that out because 9 times out of 10, your reflector at the base below the reverse light it's going to be nasty, rusted, falling apart, just disgusting. So you're going to take and pull that out, and they have... So in here, this is where you can get very creative, because if you're going to do an OEM replacement, you can just get like a chrome spray paint and spray paint all of this, and it should reflect pretty good. Now, before you get to this part, if you take a look at this, this goes in first, just like that. So now these aren't glued in. They actually come out pretty easy. They're glued in the corners. You can see a little tab here, and on the opposite side a little tab here. Those are pretty simple to break off, and it doesn't damage anything. As you can see here, the corners are the only thing that holds it in. So you can definitely put a little silicone at these points just to hold the glass in, and it's no big deal. Now this part here has to slide in a certain way, so you go top first, and then boom. Make sure you line everything up, and that's pretty much how it sits. Of course, flush with the tabs connected, but if you pick it up, see it has sort of a track for it to slide into, which is interesting. So, as you can see, that slides in, little tabs, and you can see here there's one tab, and a tab here on the bottom. All of that stuff can be glued in, no big deal. But moving aside from that and getting back into this, now, you know, your creativity can really show. You can actually get like a Mitsubishi sign and hot glue it to this background. So every time you hit the brake lights, the Mitsubishi emblem shines. I mean, sky's the limit. Now, these bulbs factory are white, and then the red lens makes, you know, the red. So it's no problem to get the LEDs for this and it to be red and be really nice. And this is your reverse light area, and you could change the LED profile of that also. So once you open it up, sky's the limit. But if you want to go original, you see these metal shields here. If yours is in good condition and it's savable, by all means save it. But if it's not, you might have to visit your local AutoZone and have them point you out to the chrome spray paint and take it from there. So upon reassembly, right, so we want to, alrighty, we want to put it back together. So this slides on to here like that. So boom, you make sure the R is at the bottom. You make sure you glue it right up under here. See, it has its own separate row. Just pop some silicone there. Let that dry, which usually takes about 6 hours for it to set, depending on which one you get. Then your next piece, it has its tabs, but we're gonna slide it into its little piece. If you look over here, you can see how it slides in, right? So from here on out, you put your silicone there, put a little bit of pressure on it, let the whole thing dry, and then your red lens is set. So then after that, so this will be all the way down. So after that, you are going to start filling this up. You're going to fill it up with silicone all the way around. And especially in this corner, it's not as deep as this area is. So you want to put a good amount here to make sure it doesn't leak water. Otherwise, you're going to have to repeat the process, which might be harder the next time around because it's newer silicone, which would have a stronger bond. But then you fill it up all the way around, all right? Get here in the corners. See that? And then when you lay the last piece down, you're going to want to reverse the way you took it off. So you start with this corner first and lay it down. See? Lay it down in there. Right? And when you lay it down, you don't want to apply too much pressure because you don't want to break it, but you do want it to sit properly. So, give me just a second. I'm gonna, there we go. And then you're gonna wanna make sure you get some good pressure all the way around until it's seated like that. You could add some pliers with, some rubber so you can squeeze, do a pinching motion all the way around so it seats properly and doesn't slip out. And then once it's locked up and sealed, you should see silicone come through here, but this whole area should be filled on the opposite side so it makes a good seal. And then that is it. You have a replaced taillight.